So this is Benjamin Franklin. No, it isn't. It's Michael Douglas playing Benjamin Franklin in the, I think it's Apple TV show. But Benjamin Franklin's this really fascinating character because he was actually an inventor. I went into a bit of a deep dive on him because I know nothing about that phase of American history outside of, say, Hamilton, right? Which some people may relate to. But some of the things that he invented, he invented swimming paddles. He invented bifocals. He invented this thing, which I have just forgotten the name of, which is a glass harmonica in the bottom right. He was one of the pioneers of daylight saving, whether you like that or not. And he said that leisure is the time for doing something useful. Now, I'm sure he also wasn't constantly distracted by emails and iPhones and all the rest of it, but it does show us how that really great thinking time and actually creating the space enables us to come up with great ideas and with great insights, even if we're not going to invent a new musical instrument. But it just gives us that space to think about what we need in our life and what our next steps are going to be. And so I invite you to think, is your life fulfilling or is it just full? My life is extremely full, and I regularly analyze it and assess it and see what to say no to and develop a not to-do list and see what I can drop off it so that it's also fulfilling. And so full isn't a bad thing, right? Busy isn't a bad thing, so long as we're actually fulfilled. And so this week I invite you just to think about what thinking time would mean to you. Whether it's like sitting out on your deck with a cup of coffee on your own in the morning, how you can incorporate more of that, whether it's 5 minutes of journaling, whether it's taking some time away with no phone. So leisure is not laziness. It's about making your rest time intentional. It's about making sure that your sleep is good. It's about making sure you have those intentional breaks and just making sure you have that time to think. I've shared a little bit about my journey with you guys. I've shared a little bit about midlife malaise and about my vital pillars of health. And we've shared a bit about that sad chimpanzee and how we can hopefully flatten that happiness curve by being a little bit more vital. And so I invite you to take a second now just to think which of these 5 areas would make the biggest difference to you. And if you were to do one thing in those areas today, what might that be? And I'll just give you a second. If you'd like to turn to someone beside you and tell them what it might be, you're welcome to.